on Chelsea, a lot of the players are continuously linked to a move to Newcastle. We know they're going to have to ship out a lot of players because at the moment they could fill Haymarket bus station with the amount of players they've got in their squad. There are some talented players. Now, the likes of Conor Gallagher are consistently linked to Newcastle. Loftus-Cheek, I think, would be a decent signing as well. Is it a bit of an advert, a bit of a chance for those players who are linked to Newcastle to maybe get into the mind of Eddie Howe and show the manager, show Dan Ashworth, hey, I could do a job in a black and white shirt?
Well, they've got to be picked first. We thought that might be the chance with Leicester, with Maddison and Harvey Barnes. There's a chance to come to Newcastle United, look absolute class players, and get a transfer to Newcastle United. The Leicester manager didn't even start them. Will Lampard start those guys? And to be truthful, I'm getting to the stage now where, you know what, we are Champions League and they've had a bad season. Chelsea and Leicester have had a bad season. I'm getting to the stage now where, do I want these guys? Are they in the right frame of mind? Are they going to be good enough for what we want, etc., etc.? You also worry, and I said with Maddison, I don't believe Maddison's a bad egg or anything like that, but you also worry about the state of mind of players. The only thing I would say is that one of the great signings we've had this season, Nick Pope, was with a side last season that was relegated and came here fresh as a daisy, determined to show that he was quality, and has done exactly that.
Yeah, I mean, that is always the big debate, and it's a big debate nearly every week on the Monday show with myself and Aaron Stokes, where we've got a few of our regular watchers who don't want to touch any player who's gone down with a relegated side. But for me, just because you've gone down a relegated side doesn't mean you're a bad player. It just means the team hasn't worked. It's been a bad season. But
it means the other 10 are bad players sometimes.
Yeah,
it means
yeah.
that. It's a team game, isn't it? And Pope is a great example, Andrew, of somebody that went down and not off was worth taking. There's no question about that. Hey, listen, you could look at my hand and see 4 fingers and a thumb, and I couldn't find 5 players that haven't done it for Newcastle that have signed under the current regime. I could probably be lucky to find 2 that haven't lived up to their reputation. So how about we just let it stay with Eddie and the boys and just wait and see who he gets, and then wait and see how they perform?
Just a quick word on them 2 names I mentioned from Chelsea, Conor Gallagher, Ruben Loftus-Cheek. If they were in black and white come the start of next season, would you be happy with them? Is Conor Gallagher someone that does catch your eye?
In passing, no more. Loftus-Cheek, no thanks. We've passed him by. He should have been with Newcastle a year ago if he wanted to come to Newcastle, because we're at his level now. We've passed him by. I'm not suggesting they're not good players, but I'm suggesting they're not a good enough player for Newcastle. Conor Gallagher is different. He's got half a chance. He had a good season at Palace, but you would have a good season at Palace. Apart from Zaha, who was around the Palace to make it that was going to look a better player than you when you were there. Now the other couple of boys have come through at Palace and look a bit nifty, but it wouldn't set me rocking back on my heels, getting the cigars out and looking for the white wine in the fridge if we signed either of those players.
Well, here's another name, the final name that I'll throw at you from Chelsea. What about N'Golo Kante? Now, he might be 32, but could he come in and just offer that little bit of experience and a little bit of a wiser head to what Eddie Howe wants to achieve, obviously with the Champions League and maintaining that top 4 push? Would that be a deal you would turn your nose at that?
Once upon a time, he would have been sensation, because what a good player he was. I think it's 2 seasons too late. No, we'll get better in him. Just sit tight, put your seatbelt on, and wait. We'll do better.
Be interesting because he is out of contract and he's linked with a move to Arsenal. So one that will be interesting to see in the summer.
I hope Arsenal take him.
Well, They could have both Jorginho and Kante in the middle of the park. So they're just building a Chelsea side, essentially.
I was
But
going to
yeah,
say that make them visionary, won't it? But there we go. There we go.
there we
That's
go.
Arsenal
Yeah.
spoken.